Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic, and yeah, we have not found out the title of the video yet, but because we can't make up our mind. But before we post this video, we'll make up our mind. So yeah, jump right into it. So today we are going to be talking about a very personal topic for everyone. It's a topic that all of us can relate to, because in all of our lives there's always that moment where we feel distant from God, we feel unable to continue the race that He has asked us to run. And that's what we're talking about today. So yeah, we are talking of this issue of like, where am I standing at this particular time? Where am I? Where is my, like, can I pinpoint that, oh, am I close to God, or am I far from God? Am I close? Am I distant and everything? So
it's kind of the point and moments where you're like, I'm finding it hard to pray. I'm finding it hard to spend hours in my Bible. And because of maybe your lifestyle, maybe you have things to do or something. But that point you're like, I want to pray. Like, you badly want to pray, but I find it hard to pray. You just find it hard to get to that position of prayer, and to actually spend hours. So that when you get to that position, you're like 5 minutes, you're already like, God, I need to go. Something like that. So you cannot just stay there. You're like, oh, this happens to me. Am I really still your child? Am I still with you? Am I still staying with you? Something like that.
And during these periods, there's a tendency to feel alone. There's a tendency to feel like, oh, I'm the only person going through this. Maybe you don't have anyone to share your experience with, but if you really do, you'll find out that this is something that all of us experience. Even from the biblical times, there were people that experienced it. You have Peter, when he betrayed Jesus. It's a normal person, or should I say every other person will also feel that sadness, that he wept, that okay, I did this to God, how will I get back to him? Some people will feel like I can't go back. But another example is Elijah, even after all the miracles he did, he called fire from heaven, the rain fell again, like it ran his chariot. But at the end of the day, he still felt, when he felt alone, he was not crying out to God that God, it's only me, that they have killed the rest of your prophets and everything. But God had to show him that okay, he's not alone. And like for me now, for example, during periods of, let's say, dry spells, you feel like, oh, what point of salvation when I can never meet God's standards? Like God's standards feel like they are so far away and everything, but they are not. Yeah, like personally, we want to share our experiences. She has said her own about meeting God's standard, and personally, there was a time in my life when it was like not even too far, because it's not about that, oh, I'm now born again, I'm sanctified, I'm feeling, I can never feel this. No, it doesn't have a period. They say, okay, I'm sanctified, so I can never be feeling no. So just recently, or a time in my life where I will look around and see that, oh, I'm not even getting close to my aim, my goal spiritually. I don't think I'm close to God enough, and it's as if, oh, let me just forget about it now. It's like, this is not for me. This extra intimacy, extra love for God is not for me. Let me just give up, because I've tried. I say, okay, let me pray for this hour. I can't pray for this amount of time. I can't read my Bible. I'm not feeling it, the vibe, as I'm reading my Bible. So what is the point? Let me just but at that point, that was when I said, okay, this is my own period of time where I'm actually having this struggle of intimacy and closeness with God. It's my own.
Yeah. And your personal experiences.
Yeah.
I remember instances, more than one. Instances where you're like, okay, let me give you something. I come back to school. Like maybe after you called me, you're back in school. And maybe in holiday, you were on fire. You were like praying hours, spending God to know. You had the time at home to do something, and you're like 3 hours. You're praying and everything, and you already have a picture in your mind. When I come to this camp, I'm just going to pray. I'm going to buy it, and I'm just going to do all of that. And then you find yourself in school, and then you're like, what is going on? What exactly is going on? Why am I like this? Like prayer was. You pray sometimes you cannot pray every day, but you're like 5 minutes prayer. And then when I remember when you were at home and you're like, this is not where I want to be, this is not how I wanted my life to be, so what exactly is happening to me? And then you're trying to get out of that position, And for me, I'm like, God, because you still have the hunger, you still have the love, you still have the everything for God, and I'm like, God, I want to do more for you, I want to do more for you. I don't just know what's going on now. I just find yourself, you're like struggling. It's actually a struggle, but you're like, no, I have to pray, I have to read my Bible. But then, okay, the academic talks now come in, and you're like, I have this to read, and this to read, and that to read. I have assignments upon assignments upon assignments. And I see them is bringing more work for you to do, to take you like, to keep you away from that prayer and that Bible study that you actually want to have. And okay, I like to say this now, that the devil uses that period to like, let's say weaken you, if or something, you can easily fall at that point in time. Because I see you're like, God is silent, you're not hearing God, or you're like, God, I'm not feeling your presence again. Especially if you're someone that like, that's how feeling you get when you're like with your Bible, that's how vibe you get with something. All of a sudden you're like, I'm no longer feeling again, what is going on with me? That point in time, if care is not taken, them can use that point to like, let's say passageway to take you away from God, to take you farther away from God.
So it's like, add to like during this period now, there's tendency for you to feel like, okay, that since I can't hear from God, then what's the point? And then the tendency to walk away. And the devil, his aim is not to make you to commit all the sin in the world. Just one sin is enough to separate you from God. So that's what the devil. So as you are getting weaker, he will now finally find a way to just cut you, and that's not what he wants.
Okay. You said when you get weaker. I feel like it's not necessarily you're getting weaker as far. It's not as if you're giving it to. You might not actually be giving it to things you're not doing before. But just like at that point in time, you're just like, I just call it a struggle moment, a struggle period. And the pastor said, if anything, there was a question he said, like, there are different tests in life as you go on serving God and everything, there are different tests you undergo in life. And then second about the waiting period, when I see God just keeps you on the shelf and leaves you there. So like you're not hearing from God, you're not feeling the presence, like I said earlier on. You feel as if you're cold. And I'm almost like a test for you to like, okay, seek me more. Most times, okay, I think my brother told me this, so like most times whenever you feel like you are not like you feel unsatisfied where you are, like just like
it's time to push forward,
it's time to push better, to push harder and stronger, like okay, God, this time I want to push more. It's not time for you to get weak, it's not time for you to get sad and start being gloomy and like, I'm not praying, I go about crying. That's why you're crying to God, you're just crying on your own, and you're like, you're pitying yourself. But I think I did that a lot. I was like, see, God's already angry with you. God is already listening. God's tired of you already and everything. So instead of punishing yourself with the guilt and with everything, it's just time for you to like, no devil, see, here I started my Bible storybook. I'm going to start my Bible storybook. I'm starting my Bible, and I'm going to get some from that Bible by force by fire. Even that one line I get from God, I'm going to get from God. So even if you read my storybook, even if prayer is talking to God. So on the road, even if like you cannot spend hours, because me personally, sometimes when I want to pray, like when I feel that out, when I'm that moment or something, and I want to pray, as if when I need down to pray, sleep from nowhere. Sleep from nowhere will just come. Like and then you just find yourself dozing off, and then still say, okay, I'm like, God, I'm sorry for sleep, don't stop to me. So what I do is like, if I find that I'm listening down here, I'm going to sleep off, I'll just continue what I'm doing. Because talking to God, you can talk to God. God is everywhere. So when you're walking on the streets, you're going to class, you're walking on the street, you're washing plates, you're washing your clothes, talk to Jesus. Jesus is always there to hear you, he's always there to like listen to you. So just like talk to Jesus all the time. That is like a way to avoid instead of you punishing yourself and killing yourself with you.
Yeah. In Psalms, David said, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to a rock that's higher than mine. When you feel so overwhelming, like, okay, this is just the height, I think it's just time I just say, this is not for me. I tried it, because I remember talking to somebody one time, and the person said, you know what, I tried it, this thing is not for me. I know this is not for me, because maybe at a particular time in her life she felt that, oh, this is not for me because I have tried to pray but I'm not feeling it. But it says that silence is also a message. Like you feel that, oh, God is silent, it's also a message to you, a message maybe for you to push forward, a message for you to go harder, like, oh, I'm going to strive, and okay, I'm going to reach this position. So
silence is actually a message. So yeah, we should not just have this mindset that when I feel like that I'm tired, or when I feel like that I'm a sinner, or when I feel like that, oh, devil has come for me, it's like it's time to go, or it's time to leave this position or something like that. But we should try and know that in silence there's a message, and when we are feeling like that, we should know that okay, this time it's time for me to talk to God like a friend. Do you understand that at that particular time it's time to say, oh God, you are my friend. This time it's time for us to relate that, oh, I'm not feeling it, or I'm not feeling well. Sometimes you say, oh God, you know what, I'm not even feeling it again. I don't think I'm doing the right thing, but I trust you. Yes. Spiritual vibe, spiritual ginger, that's what you want. So at that point you want to like know that you want to tell God that, oh, this is the time for me to be your friend and to relate with you and everything.
Learn to listen to the voice of silence. One of the pastors said that, like, you might feel like God is silent, but check deep, like, deep into that period, and then try to see what God is trying to bring out from that period.
Another way of conquering it. There's some kind of prayers, bold prayers that you can pray that can carry you in your weak moments. There are prayers that you can pray that will go before you for those times when you feel you can't go on. You like, I don't know, like when I was newly believing, like I used to pray a prayer that God, don't let me go, even if I'm walking away, drag me back. Like, you know, there's some prayers that you can pray that, and God hears these prayers. God listens to these prayers. As long as you're praying them earnestly, God will actually answer your prayers. You know, there's some prayers that you can pray that, God, when I'm weak, carry me. You know, there's an earnesty that comes from your heart that really speaks how you are. You know, the people that they just pray like, oh God, help me, I'm weak. But when you actually pour your heart before God, like, God, I can't do this. God, I feel impossible. God, help me. God, lead me. And you know, God doesn't just answer like a voice. Like, different people have their different ways that God talks to them. So some people, they'll be waiting for some supernatural sign in the sky. But sometimes God is talking to you through somebody else, through a friend, through a message that the preacher preached on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And you know, that's how God talks to people. So it's not just oh, I feel cold, I'm alone in this walk. Relate with people, talk to people, listen to messages, listen to people that will help you.
Like I heard this story. I don't know whether it was in children class, but there was this guy that if he's praying, his ginger, like you will sleep and you will see God is him and God. You will see two footsteps. One is a very big footstep, God's son, and you see his own. So he continued having that dream until a day he was very weak spiritually. Things around him were not working well, and he slept and he only saw one footstep and he said, God, what is happening in my weakest hour? Like now you have left me, and that is the time you are going to leave me and something like that. And God said, no, my son, I've carried you because I saw that you can't even walk on your own at all, and that you are not walking on the floor because I'm carrying you, and the footstep you are seeing there is my footstep. So at that point in time, you should know that God hears you, God sees you, He understands and everything, but He's there for you, and He loves you, and you should not feel outside. And like she said, sorry, let me just say this. Like she said, please learn how to talk to people about it, because it has happened to me before. Because of it, I'm serious, like because of it, you'll be like, oh, who should I talk to? They'll feel I'm weak. They'll feel I'm the one that is not spiritually high among them. And I'll say, oh, should I talk to this person? And I say, no, let me call this person. I say, no, I beg, let me just be struggling. I will try 13, let me go and do by myself. It's not easy sometimes, especially good people that you trust, that are God,
mentors, pastors around you, godly friends.
Yes. So
okay, yeah, we said a lot already. The solution out of the period, how to get yourself revitalized or very on fire back for God. Like I said, pray prayers. Even now that you're on fire, now that you're burning for God,
send prayers
to the future, like you say. Like praying, God, if I ask you to keep me, you keep me on fire. Do you have to time me? You have to continue to drag me, anything you want to just do to me. Just make sure I'm in you. And then listen to messages. At that point in time. At that point in time, when you're feeling like you cannot pray or something, listen to messages. Messages actually help to rekindle the fire, or like bring you back on track. And listen to God music. Music is powerful. Music is very powerful. Listen to powerful music. You can listen to hymns, listen to hymns you like. Hymns, other music. There are musicians that sing songs that you can, like, there are literally lyrics that you can relate to it.
That you can pray.
And then listen to prayer.
Yeah, about that going to your future, you should build an altar when you are not in, you are building an altar now. You add fire and that it can go before you. But what I wanted to say now is about the fact that a disclaimer that it's not a time to like say, oh, give up or something. Like we are not encouraging you to remain there and feel okay since everybody is feeling like that. That means I'm good to go now. Let me just not strive. Exactly. Like we should still strive. Even Paul says strive towards the mark. So you still strive. You don't just say, people are feeling it, so who am I?
Remember that at that point in time, if you don't say why you should not remain that place, because them can use that place.
Yes, you are in a weak point.
Exactly, you're in a weak point in that point in time. So if you remain there, them can easily like swipe you out of that place, and then before you know it, you're down, completely down. So at that point in time, remember we said it's time for you to draw closer to God.
Yes.
That's the main aim of that period. I feel like that's why God put it there for us. For us to like run prayer, like God, I'm not going to give up on you. No, I'm going to run closer to you.
I know God's word has said it in so many places. He has said, come before his throne of grace, and so that you can obtain mercy. His mercy is sufficient, his grace is sufficient for you. So don't feel like, oh, I just can't. His grace is there. Continue asking for that grace. Continue seeking for it. Don't be shy. Like if you feel guilty, it's not the one that is making you feel that guilt. It's the devil that making you feel guilty. The Holy Spirit, the Word of God convicts and drives you closer to God. Not guilty that you run away from God.
Yeah, and always be real with God.
Yeah.
Always be real with God.
Be his friend. Like tell him.
Don't try to form for God. Don't be form. Don't be like come and appear with before
Don't
God.
be business as usual.
Be as big as you can before God. God's the one that can help you out of any situation you're in. So like if you're not feeling like God, I actually want to pray. It's not hard for me to pray. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. Like God knows. You can say that God knows about everything. Definitely He knows. But there's still like
The relief you feel when you have poured this out on him.
Exactly.
You have poured this body and said, oh, this is how I'm feeling, God.
And God definitely understands what you're going through, because He can see that okay, this girl is actually going through this, and she's going through this, and she wants this, and she's like,
and God sent help.
And definitely God will actually answer you. God will never allow you to completely go away from Him. Not the grace of God. I pray God help us all.
Amen. So before we go, we should know that even us, we have felt it, and that's why we said, oh, this is a very practical topic, that let's bring it here as family, as children of God, and we are ready to share it with people. So even those that are not children of God, they are still saying that, oh, you feel you are not born again because you just say, that standard is too high now, I've seen them try, or me, I can't achieve it, please, I don't even want to try. Come, the Bible says where sin abounds, my grace much more abounds. That means it abounds times 10. If sin is there times 1, grace is times 10. So yeah.
And next point, that was what told Paul, said that it might be a weakness and your strength. I'm like, of course I'm talking the Bible, but like my grace of faith for you. So even in your weak state and your weak state, God's grace and God's strength, rely on God's strength instead, not on your strength. And like you said, for those out there that might be thinking that Christianity is too tough and too hard and too everything, it's not about your strength. It might be tough as a normal human being.
Yes,
but remember, it's not you doing it, it's God that is helping to see through everything. So this video is just to encourage you guys out there, encourage the Christians that are going through struggle and might feel like
they
are down,
Christians,
and everything. And for those of you that are not yet in the fold, I implore you to come. Christianity is fun. Christianity is great, it's marvelous, it's sweet, it's
God,
wonderful, it's blessed. I don't know what else to say. It's just fantastic. Come and enjoy the presence of God. Enjoy the goodness of God. Never forget, God loves you. He loves you wherever you are, wherever you are. God loves you, and He wants you to always be close to Him. Always. You are blessed.
Yeah, because we were blessed.
Thank you for watching our
video. Hope you enjoyed this, and bye.
Bye.
Yeah, yeah.